Istanbul is a city that has been the seat of empires for centuries. It is a city that has seen the rise and fall of civilizations, and has stood the test of time. Today, Istanbul is a bustling metropolis that is home to over 15 million people, making it one of the most populous cities in the world. The city is situated on both sides of the Bosphorus Strait, which separates Europe from Asia, and is known for its rich history, culture, and stunning architecture. If you are planning to visit Istanbul, there are a few things that you should know before you go. In this article, we will cover everything that tourists want to know about Istanbul, Turkey. Getting there. Istanbul is served by two airports, Ataturk International Airport and Sabiha Gökçen International Airport. Ataturk International Airport is located on the European side of the city and is the larger of the two airports. Sabiha Gökçen International Airport is located on the Asian side of the city and is smaller. Both airports are well connected to the city center by public transport, including buses, metro, and taxis. Accommodation. Istanbul has a wide range of accommodation options, from budget hostels to luxury hotels. If you are looking for a budget option, there are plenty of hostels and guest houses in the city center. If you are looking for something more luxurious, there are many five-star hotels located in the city center and along the Bosphorus Strait. Attractions. Istanbul is home to many world-famous attractions, including the Hagia Sophia, the Blue Mosque, and the Topkapi Palace. The Hagia Sophia is a former Christian church that was converted into a mosque and is now a museum. The Blue Mosque is one of the most iconic landmarks in Istanbul and is known for its stunning blue tiles and 6 minarets. The Topkapi Palace was once the residence of the Ottoman sultans and is now a museum that houses many artifacts from the Ottoman Empire. Other popular attractions in Istanbul include the Grand Bazaar, the Spice Bazaar, and the Galata Tower. The Grand Bazaar is one of the oldest and largest covered markets in the world and is home to over 4,000 shops. The Spice Bazaar is a colorful market that sells spices, sweets, and other local products. The Galata Tower is a medieval tower that offers stunning views of the city. Food. Istanbul is known for its delicious food, which is a mix of Turkish, Mediterranean, and Middle Eastern cuisine. Some of the most popular dishes in Istanbul include kebabs, baklava, and Turkish delight. Turkish tea and coffee are also popular drinks in Istanbul, and can be found in many cafes and restaurants throughout the city. Shopping. Istanbul is a shopper's paradise, with many markets and bazaars selling everything from spices to textiles. The Grand Bazaar is one of the most famous markets in Istanbul and is home to over 4,000 shops. The Spice Bazaar is another popular market that sells spices, sweets, and other local products. İstiklal Avenue is a pedestrian street that is lined with shops, cafes, and restaurants, and is a popular shopping destination for locals and tourists alike. Nightlife. Istanbul has a vibrant nightlife, with many bars, clubs, and restaurants open late into the night. Some of the most popular nightlife areas in Istanbul include Taksim Square, Kadıköy, and Ortaköy. Taksim Square is a bustling area that is home to many bars and clubs, while Kadıköy is a more laid-back area that is popular with locals. Getting around. Istanbul has a well-developed public transport system, including buses, metro, and trams. The Istanbul card is a smart card that can be used on all forms of public transport and can be purchased at many kiosks throughout the city. Taxis are also a popular mode of transport in Istanbul, but can be expensive during peak hours. Safety. Istanbul is generally a safe city, but tourists should take precautions to avoid pickpocketing and other petty crimes. It is also important to be aware of your surroundings and avoid political demonstrations and protests. In conclusion, Istanbul is a city that has something for everyone. Whether you are interested in history, culture, food, or nightlife, Istanbul has it all. With its stunning architecture, vibrant culture, and rich history, Istanbul is a must-visit destination for any traveler. Best time to visit. The best time to visit Istanbul is during the spring, April to May, and fall, September to November, when the weather is mild and pleasant. The summer months, June to August, can be hot and crowded, while the winter months, December to February, can be cold and rainy. Language. The official language of Turkey is Turkish, but many people in Istanbul also speak English, especially in tourist areas. It is always a good idea to learn a few basic Turkish phrases before visiting Istanbul, such as merhaba, hello, teşekkür ederim, thank you, and gul gul, goodbye. Currency. The currency in Turkey is the Turkish lira, try. It is a good idea to exchange some money before arriving in Istanbul, or withdraw money from ATMs once you arrive. Credit cards are widely accepted in Istanbul, especially in tourist areas. Customs and etiquette in Istanbul. It is important to dress modestly, especially when visiting mosques and other religious sites. Women should cover their heads and shoulders when entering mosques, and both men and women should remove their shoes before entering. It is also important to be respectful of local customs and traditions, such as not drinking alcohol in public during Ramadan. Day trips. If you have extra time in Istanbul, there are many day trips that you can take to explore the surrounding area. Some popular day trips from Istanbul include the Prince's Islands, the Bosphorus Cruise, and the ancient city of Ephesus. Health and safety. Istanbul is generally a safe city, but it is important to take precautions to avoid pickpocketing and other petty crimes. It is also important to drink bottled water and avoid tap water, as the water in Istanbul may not be safe to drink. If you have any health concerns, it is a good idea to consult with a doctor before traveling to Istanbul. Conclusion. Istanbul is a city that is rich in history, culture, and beauty. Whether you are interested in exploring ancient architecture, sampling delicious Turkish cuisine, or experiencing the vibrant nightlife, Istanbul has something for everyone. With its stunning views, friendly locals, and endless opportunities for adventure, Istanbul is a destination that should be on every traveler's bucket list. Public holidays. Turkey has several public holidays throughout the year, which can affect the opening hours of shops, restaurants, and tourist attractions. Some of the most important public holidays in Turkey include Republic Day, October 29th, Victory Day, August 30th, and National Sovereignty and Children's Day, April 23rd. Tipping is common in Istanbul, especially in restaurants and cafes. A tip of 10 to 15% is usually expected for good service. It is also customary to tip hotel staff, taxi drivers, and tour guides. Internet access. Internet access is widely available in Istanbul, with many cafes, restaurants, and hotels offering free Wi-Fi. You can also purchase a local SIM card with data for your smartphone or tablet. Museums and galleries. Istanbul is home to many world-class museums and galleries, including the Istanbul Archaeological Museums, the Istanbul Modern Art Museum, and the Para Museum. Many of these museums offer free admission on certain days of the week or month. Sports. Istanbul is a city that loves sports, with football, soccer, being the most popular sport in the city. Istanbul has two major football teams, Galatasaray and Fenerbahce, and attending a football match is a popular activity for locals and tourists alike. Istanbul also hosts several international sports events throughout the year, including the Istanbul Marathon and the Turkish Grand Prix. Festivals. Istanbul is a city that loves to celebrate, with many festivals and events taking place throughout the year. Some of the most popular festivals in Istanbul include the Istanbul International Film Festival, the Istanbul Biennial, and the Istanbul Jazz Festival. Beaches. Istanbul may not be known for its beaches, but there are several beaches located on the outskirts of the city that are worth visiting. Some popular beaches near Istanbul include Kilyos Beach, Sile Beach, and Agva Beach. Religion. Istanbul is a city that is steeped in religion, with Islam being the dominant religion in the city. However, Istanbul is also home to many other religions, including Christianity and Judaism. There are many beautiful mosques, churches, and synagogues located throughout the city that are worth visiting. Environmental concerns. Like many cities around the world, Istanbul faces environmental challenges such as air pollution and waste management. It is important to be mindful of your impact on the environment when visiting Istanbul, such as reducing your plastic waste and using public transport instead of taxis. Accessibility. Istanbul is not the most accessible city for people with mobility issues. Many of the city's historical sites and attractions have narrow or steep staircases, which can be difficult to navigate for people with mobility issues. However, there are some accessible options available, such as wheelchair-friendly taxis and some accessible hotels and restaurants. Photography. Istanbul is a photographer's dream, with many stunning views and iconic landmarks to capture. However, it is important to be respectful of local customs and traditions, such as not taking photos of people without their permission or not taking photos in religious sites where photography is not allowed. Music and dance. Istanbul has a rich musical and dance heritage, with many traditional music and dance performances taking place throughout the city. Some popular music and dance styles in Istanbul include Turkish folk music, belly dancing, and whirling dervishes. Art. Istanbul has a thriving art scene, with many galleries and museums showcasing both traditional and contemporary art. Some of the most popular art galleries in Istanbul include the Istanbul Modern Art Museum, the Para Museum, and the Sakip Sabancı Museum. Local neighborhoods. One of the best ways to experience Istanbul is to explore the city's many local neighborhoods. Some popular neighborhoods to explore include Beyoğlu, Kadıköy, and Ortaköy. These neighborhoods offer a glimpse into local life in Istanbul and are home to many cafes, restaurants, and shops. Water activities. Istanbul is surrounded by water, and there are many water activities to enjoy in and around the city. Some popular water activities in Istanbul include taking a Bosphorus cruise, going fishing in the Black Sea, and swimming in the Prince's Islands. Wildlife. Istanbul is home to a surprising amount of wildlife, including many bird species, fish, and even dolphins. Some popular wildlife experiences in Istanbul include birdwatching in the Belgrade Forest, fishing in the Black Sea, and taking a dolphin-watching cruise on the Bosphorus. Festive seasons. Istanbul is a city that loves to celebrate, and the festive seasons are no exception. Some of the most popular festive seasons in Istanbul include Ramadan, Eid al-Fitr, and Christmas. During these times, the city is decorated with lights and decorations, and there are many special events and activities taking place. Conclusion. Istanbul is a city that is full of surprises, with something new to discover around every corner. Whether you are interested in history, culture, food, or adventure, Istanbul has it all. With its stunning architecture, vibrant culture, and friendly locals, Istanbul is a destination that should be on every traveler's bucket list. Passport Chronicles. The chronicles of the most beautiful cities in the world are now on YouTube.